Yo, quick thoughts on Yves Missi's Summer League so far. Now personally, I don't think Summer League is the best evaluation of a player's talents, specifically a player like a Yves Missi or even a Derrick Queen. I think Summer League is it's better suited for, guards, explosive wings, and centers with the archetype of just running, jumping, and dunking. The issue with Yves Missi is he doesn't want to lean into a run, jump, dunk mentality or play style, right? Yves Missi is a very intellectual guy, hasn't been playing the game very long, so this is just me guessing. I think once he got a taste of the NBA regular season, he may have felt like he's conquered certain things and he can move on to the next thing. But in my opinion, you still haven't mastered running, jumping, and dunking, and especially not rebounding. So before you move on to the next thing, before you work on your face-up game or your post game, or you taking middies, before you work on any of that, you need to work on running, jumping, dunking, and rebounding. You need to be running up hills, hitting the weights, working on pyro exercises, things to increase his explosiveness. Needs to be working on that. He put on some weight, put on a little bit of muscle, but he doesn't look any stronger. Need to be maximizing that. Even when I see him doing some work post-practice with Greg Monroe, I'm kind of like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't understand why you're trying to add to your offensive arsenal when you still haven't mastered, rebounding or, just running, jumping, and dunking. Like, I hate to simplify it like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yves Missi, him being such a, an intellectual guy, I'm sure he doesn't see himself as some big dumb jock. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what running, jumping, dunking is. I think when you think of that archetype, you immediately think of JaVale McGee. Like, oh, anybody can do that. But it's like, no, anybody can't just do that. JaVale McGee turned himself into a quality, serviceable player down the line. Even Lively, his game, he's a run, dunk, jump guy. But he also has some intellect to his game. He has some defensive prowess. Yves Missi doesn't have a lot of defensive prowess at this stage, i.e. his rim defense. He doesn't have a lot of rebounding prowess at this stage. You know what I'm saying? He isn't very strong at this stage. So these are things that he needs to work on and master before, you start working on your face-up game. You start working on your post moves and drop steps and all that. You need to be running up hills with Russell Westbrook, hitting the weights, and rebounding. That's all you got to do, brother. And I hope that the staff is telling him this, like, yo, that's cool. You want to show off what you've been working on, but I really need you to do this in the meantime, because this is the type of player we're missing right now. For what the Pelicans need is almost like, Carlo would be better suited, because Carlo's just a straight high energy guy, crazy explosiveness. He just runs, jumps, and dunks, and he got a little bit of 3-point shooting to his game. Yves, I want you to succeed. Just focus on your stamina. You know what I'm saying? You need to be the guy that's running while everybody else is walking. You need to be the guy that's still fighting for rebounds while everybody else is sitting there, with their hands on their knees, tired. You're only going to be playing about 20, 25 minutes anyway. So you need to make the most of those minutes versus, again, trying to show off the things what you've been working on with Greg Monroe and the guard whisperer this offseason. I want the best for this young brother. I think the talent's there. I think the know-how's there. I think the intellect is there. I just think he needs to, be guided in the right direction. In the meantime, that is. Once, we get everything figured out, do what you want to do. But you being able to run, jump, and dunk is going to keep you in the league for years. Jackson Hayes is still in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, Clint Capella still in the NBA. Just got a new contract. Those are the archetypes, more Clint Capella than Jackson Hayes, but those are the archetypes you need to be following. And if Yves follows that, I think the Pelicans, are in decent hands dealing with Yves Missi.